Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All Things Nerd. Are you eating a salad? We're recording. Crazy. Son of I do want to have to bring this out, but maybe this will bring his attention. I got this cool new sword from Spirit Halloween. I mean, look at this thing. It's freaking huge. Come on. Damn. No, I hate to do this sometimes, but desperate time. The sword fell over. Desperate time for call for desperate measures. We have to unleash the soundboard. What do we want to do? We're gonna do.
Swouse. What? Swouse.
Swouse.
Yep. And for the record, this was a planned bit.
Mm-hmm.
And last time it was
He
just
told me
us
I
two,
could.
he did the intro, so it's actually my go to do the intro. Nevertheless, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 21 of the All Things Nerdy podcast. We're here today joined by Ben, aka B Major, and myself, Jason, aka Crazy Fox 51. And as for Tyler, aka The Dreaded Shadow, he is either going to be late or he is not coming to this episode at all. We don't know yet. Nevertheless, and yes, I was eating because I was hungry. I skipped lunch today. That was a big mistake. Nevertheless, Devil May Cry is having a season 2, but a positive note that I can bring is that it does visually look better than season 1, especially with Dante's design. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a trailer real quick for season 2 of the show. Which, speaking of, if you've seen season 1, what's your honest thoughts about it without giving spoilers to the audience?
I still have not seen season 1, so I can't really give an opinion about it. But from what I've seen, season 1 looks really good. So I'm really looking forward to season 2 when it comes out.
Yeah. I honestly do think that it's good, but it's not as good as the games, to be honest. Like, I do respect the fact that there are people that do like it as its own thing, but as, like, a show that's, like, a video game adaptation, like, I get that they wanted to do their own thing with the idea of it, but it didn't hit for a whole lot of people. And this is the design for Dante for Season 2, if you can get a good look at it. There we go. It's focused.
Okay.
Yeah, the long hair is actually accurate to the games, and plus the shirt design... I honestly expected him to continue wearing like a Henley shirt, but no, he's wearing full-on armor underneath of that coat.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we are having Johnny Young Bosch voice him again because Ruben Langdon, if that's how you pronounce his name, and retired, I want to say, last year or before. And the reason on the why is because he wanted to focus on documentaries of his voice acting career, which I understand why he wanted to do that.
Who retired?
Ruben Langdon, who is the voice of Dante in the games, and he also voiced Ken.
Okay.
He also voiced Ken in the Street Fighter
Gotcha.
games, but the last time we heard him as the voice of Ken was 5, and we have David Matranga in 6 and Fatal Fury.
Interesting.
And and of course, it is going to be on Netflix because it is the new animated series, which I did post like a spoiler-free review on my IRL channel, which, sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's a fun show, I do think it's good, but I don't think it's as good as the games.
Which is fair.
Yeah, like,
I have not played the game, so...
My main criticism was that they did Dante dirty strength-wise because he pretty much got nerfed, and Lady as a character, she's just a human being, but it just makes no sense that she outsmarted him and she's overpowered as fuck. Just no.
So this one's not that great.
Yeah, that's why I say it's not as good as the games.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Nevertheless, John Carpenter did say that he was down to see a Halloween game, so this means no legal issues unlike Friday the 13th.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's going to be both single player and multiplayer. But for the multiplayer part, the concern I do have with it is whether or not if it's going to be a Dead by Daylight clone. Because that's what they did with Project Playtime, which majorly flopped because it's unplayable now. And plus the lack of content. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was good and then it fumbled later on down the line. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a game adaptation, it ended up being forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Can't forget Ash vs. the Evil Dead. That one just did not do very good either.
Nope. Like, that game did not age well, I'm sorry.
No. It had a good idea behind it.
And plus, I did like the idea of the fact that the Deadites would jump scare you when your insanity is extremely low. But
Mm-hmm.
the game is not, like, as good as people thought it was going to be.
No.
And there was also, like, alleged rumors that A Quiet Place is going to be free to play because later on because of the fact that it did not like hit as hard for A Quiet Place fans as everybody else thought it was going to. And as for Hellraiser, I am excited for that game. It is of course going to be a single player, and all I'm going to say is it's about damn time that we have like a horror movie based horror game to where it's single player, not multiplayer. Because most of the multiplayer stuff for any horror game based on a horror movie, it's been hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm concerned for Halloween.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't flop like all those other games and it lasts for quite a while, like the Friday the 13th game.
What came out on your birthday?
Silk Song! Hollow Knight Silk Song is real! Oh, thank God. We've waited for so long. We have been crashing out. We've taken off the clown outfits. We are no longer the clowns. We are now the very excited fans. The game was met with absolutely positive reviews, so much so that it actually crashed not only Steam, but the PlayStation Store and numerous other gaming platforms. I'm not even kidding. It broke the internet.
That's saying something. Like, that is saying a lot, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hollow Knight Silk Song is, from what I've been told, because I have not played it yet. I haven't had time. Hollow Knight Silk Song is an absolutely amazing game. You do not need to play the original Hollow Knight to play Silk Song, but if you want to get a little bit more of an understanding of who Hornet is, the main character of Hollow Knight Silk Song, playing the first game would be nice to have
Yeah.
on your belt. But no, it looks like an absolutely amazing game, and I cannot wait to jump into it when the time comes. By that I mean when I get the chance. I'm so busy.
Yeah. To be honest, I do want to get the game as well, but the problem is I'm broke.
But it's not too expensive. It's only $20, so
Yeah, and it's like $5 more than the original Hollow Knight, but it's not that big of a deal because everybody has like been buying the hell out of the game to where the studio has like been making a shit ton of money and it is worth the hype.
mhm,
Like, if it's a nominee for
mhm.
Best Indie for this year's Game Awards, I am no questions asked going to vote for it. That's how
It
good
might
it is.
honestly also be a Game of the Year contender. It might be a Game of the Year contender also. We'll see. We'll see.
With how you said that, there's two predictions that I do have in that case, which observ observation 33 is of course a self-explanatory one because it was such a really good turn-based game. The story is
Hmm.
honestly good. The world around it is like beautiful visually, and the combat is fun. And the split fiction is another prediction because it's by the creators of It Takes Two. But I honestly think
I can
that
see both of those being contenders.
yeah, but I think Observation 33 is winning this year. Like, there is no contest with that.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
And as for Frostpunk 2, it is coming to consoles, both PlayStation and Xbox. I want to say September 12th. Let me refresh my memory real
That's cool.
quick. Okay, so I'm gonna need to improvise real quick because I was having like a little bit of trouble searching for when it is coming to console. Or it could be later this month. Okay, September 18th is when it's coming to both Xbox and PlayStation.
Cool. I don't know what Frostpunk 2 is. Please explain.
I don't know what it is either. I just know it's a thing.
All right, you know what? Hold on. Let's go to the Steam store.
Wait, why are you going to the Steam store? And I honestly think that it's like required to play the first game to understand the story of the second one.
Because I don't know what it is, and I would like it to understand what it is.
Huh. I'm just eating sauce at this point. Don't mind me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Frostpunk 2 is like a city builder kind of a game, kind of like on a smaller it's basically a smaller scale version of like Civilization is what it looks like. So instead of like building like a country, you're like running a city.
Yeah, and to be 100% honest when it comes to Civilization with how you mentioned it, I honestly do want to play either 6 or 7, depending on which one is better. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy for the console players that it's coming to console later this month. And we also have a good amount of...
Oh, there's a story.
What was that?
So it's different than there's actually a story for this game. So it's not like Civilization. Well, gameplay wise, it seems somewhat similar to Civ, but it's not actually similar.
Yeah,
There's a whole story in it.
And you know me, I'm a guy
Interesting.
who loves
Okay.
story-based games.
Freaking love story based games. Those are the best kind of games to me, for me.
I agree. Like, the...
Like if you have an absolutely amazing graphic wise looking game, but you have a poor story, I'm not playing it.
Mm-mm.
I would rather play a game that is like stick figures if it has an amazing story.
Mm. Uh, for by the time when we go to audio, if you hear crunching noises, that's because I'm eating a salad.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But speaking of, it was confirmed a few episodes ago that we do want to at some point get our podcast on Spotify, iTunes and Amazon Music, but Spotify is a depending on how the future goes because the Online Safety Act screwed over 90% of the internet.
Yeah, the internet is not a fun place at the moment, and I'm so mad by that.
Yeah.
Protect your children. Do you know how easy it is for children to search up something innocently and then all of a sudden it's not innocent no more? The internet is not for children. It never has been. It never will be.
Yeah, that's why
Don't put your
Australia
children here.
has like a law to where minors under the age of 16 cannot access the internet.
Which is honestly such a good move, in my opinion.
Yeah,
There's so
I
much bad stuff on the internet. We don't want them snooping around on there.
yeah, and also VRChat made their moderation to where it's an 18 plus platform be- because what if they end up running into somebody who's a pedophile? We don't want that.
Nope.
And last time we talked about a situation like that, it was from when earlier this year Aiko Omami called out official Sion for being a pedophile because she was manipulated and sexually exploited at the age of 17. And of course, back to the rest of the topics. There's going to be a Sekiro anime, and I'm not going to lie, the animation looks really sick.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Sekiro No Defeat is what it's called.
Yep, and a fun fact about it
Interesting.
is that it's going to be based off of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Sorry.
Nice. Okay. Do we know where it's going to be on?
It's going to be on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Cool. Oh, that'll be something to look forward to when that comes out. When does it come out?
There's no confirmed release date exactly yet, which I'm gonna check just for safe reference because I don't know if there was a release date given. But with how Sekiro Shadows Die Twice got Game of the Year in 2019, there's a good chance that this game is there's a good chance that the anime is going to be good, judging by the fact that Shadows Die Twice was Game of the Year for 2019. And
Mm-hmm.
all that is known about it is that it is coming out 2026. No confirmed day or time exactly yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear Nosher Dalal in the English dub because we heard him as the English voice in the game. And YouTube has been under a lot of controversy, but with like the state that it's currently in. But a positive note that we can bring is that they have like a new system that's like gonna help out content creators that are under 500,000 subscribers, where it's called a hype system. But it only works if the video has been up for at least 7 days. And Deep Humor
Okay.
covered it better than. I honestly think that Deep Humor covered it the best, but it basically helps small content creators be discovered in the algorithm, but you would need a minimum of 500 subscribers for access to be given for it. Which I do understand
Oh,
why
that's
that's.
upsetting.
Yeah, that's a criticism that I do have with it. Like, if anything, they should lower it to where it's at least at 100, if you catch my drift of that. 500 for monetization, I get that, but that's a lot of hard work. Unlike getting affiliate on Twitch because it was 50 follows back then, but now it's 25. And And the YouTube situation with the AI age verification, it was so bad that it was violating privacy laws. And the one thing that YouTube and Disney has in common is that they were both violating privacy laws to where they lost $30 million.
Oh damn, that's ugh. Yeah, no, that's not good.
Not good at all. And the Disney YouTube channel is not marking their shit as made for kids.
Disney. Oh my god. That real wow.
Like,
Disney not marking their content for kids, like, what are you doing? It's literally one click and you're done. It's not that hard.
I just fucking can't with this shit. Like, it's just so stupid.
That is insane.
Like, I thought being toxic behind the scenes was bad for Marvel, but this shit, like,
That's insane.
that is insane.
I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not good.
And what makes the YouTube a bad platform to be on is that if restricted mode is turned on without people's knowledge about it, it's gonna hide some channels from other people to where it's gonna fuck over a lot of small content creators to where it's like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 on their videos or streams. Or shorts too. That's how bad it is.
That's not good.
Nope, not even one bit. Like, I'm honest. That's why a good chunk of people might have switched to an alternative. Like, for example, we made a Rumble account for in case that something went wrong with YouTube.
But because of how big YouTube is, if even if we did switch to an alternative, we wouldn't nearly have as big of a following there as we do here.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee most people would not want to make the switch.
Yeah, that's why, like, for the Buddies channels, we decided to stay on YouTube, but added Rumble to the mix for in case if something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a remake for Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta.
Mm-hmm. This is a remake of the third game in the franchise, but it's also technically the first chrono in the timeline. Metal Gear is kind of an odd franchise, but it's a very fun one, from what I've been told. Um, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta follows the story of, I believe,
Solid
Big
Snake.
Boss? I don't know. No, let me check.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly do want to play this game. Like, matter of fact, I'll add it to my wish list, but I'm gonna wait until it's on sale to get it. And I'm not gonna lie, it
Okay.
does visually look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Metal
something I
Gear
noticed
Solid
from
Delta.
something I noticed from a screenshot is that there's a first-person view when it comes to gun combat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a
Yeah.
first-person shooter.
Well, not necessarily. Yes, there are probably first person parts, but I don't know if the whole game is first person.
Yeah.
It's a action adventure stealth game. Um, for a game that was released all the way back in 2004.
So it
Um, it's been a while since this game came out. Well, the
Do you know
original was
when the
out.
original game was released? Because I was either out of the womb or in the womb at the time it was around. Hmm. Okay.
November 17th.
Okay, so I was out of the womb at the time.
But yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is a remake of the 2004 game Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which was the fifth game in the Metal Gear franchise and the first one in the timeline. This game takes place in 1964 as a operative codenamed Naked Snake, later to be known as Big Boss, must rescue a prominent Soviet rocket scientist and sabotage a nuclear superweapon, while also clearing the United States from Soviet suspicion amid Cold War tensions. This game takes place during the Cold War, and honestly, I'm pretty excited. This this game, like you said, looks absolutely amazing. Um, but yeah, it's that basic plot summary I just gave is pretty interesting, I must say.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. I honestly find it really stupid that this drama is a thing. And th-
Yeah.
and I'm willing to give the context behind it. So, to give some context, Snoop Dogg took his grandson to go see Lightyear. Like, have you seen the movie?
I have not seen Lightyear.
So there was a scene to where there was like an LGBTQ scene that was in there, and the grandson like had like early curiosities at a young age, and Snoop Dogg was like, "No, I didn't bring you here to answer your questions about lesbian stuff. I took you to watch the movie, so focus on the movie." And honestly, I don't blame him for saying that because I would have been like, "You'll have a better understanding when you're older," but it sparked controversy in Hollywood to where they've been in calling him a homophobic.
That's good.
Yeah, like he's one of those rappers that keeps it real and doesn't give a shit about what other people think about.
Mm-mm. Nope.
And to be honest, I
Which is why
understand.
he's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's a goat when it comes to rap music. And I honestly do think that he was like at the right to tell his grandson to focus on the movie instead of asking questions about like a lesbian age, about the lesbian scene. And he was like, how does two women have a baby together? And honestly, I don't blame him for having that curiosity because, as somebody who supports and is a part of the LGBTQIA community, I'm not 100% sure how lesbians would like have a baby together, so that's something I'm gonna need to like have like an understanding of. And of course, DA Games did release a new album, which his innocence was proven a few months ago, back from when he was under allegations of being a pedophile. It is not because the age of consent in the United Kingdom is 16. And there is a 5-year age difference, but there is no illegal shit that happened, which is good. But as for the Lolly situation, there my best guess was that there were problematic minors that were in there, and he didn't know that there was minors in there at the time, so he and the NSFW channel got deleted for that reason. And the new album in question was that he made a remake of the Flash Drive album.
Ooh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
I've never listened to it.
like there of course, like we have like the original colors, like there's black, red, purple, yellow, green, blue, and white. And he didn't want to do orange because he felt like that it would be a mix of yellow and red, which I understand why. And there's no pink, which I'm not 100% sure onto why there's no pink.
Maybe he just hasn't done Pink yet.
Or it might be because he doesn't know how the color pink would make him feel. But what is new that was not in the original album is bronze, silver, and gold. Silver is honestly the best song in the album, hands down.
Okay.
Like, it is like honestly peak. Like, it is honestly such a banger of a song. And it's the final one, too. And, of course, there's gonna be a new VHS movie. So, here's what the Wikipedia description says. VHS Halloween is an upcoming American found footage horror anthology film produced by Bloody Disgusting. The sequel to VHS Beyond is the 8th installment of the VHS franchise. And it's also going to be a Shudder original. Which I haven't watched any of the VHS movies. Like, I've seen a clip of one. I don't remember the exact movie, but there was like a gruesome scene that happened to where some guy was like being dragged by his hands from an ambulance and his footwear was destroyed and then flesh said goodbye. That's how
Oh,
disturbing it
damn.
is.
Dang.
Bendy. That's all I'm gonna say. Just
Bendy.
Bendy.
Bendy. Bendy. 3, baby.
Yeah, there's a Bendy 3.
We finally have a third game for the trilogy.
Bendy
And the Ink Factory. I am very excited. The first game. The first game was fuck you. The first game was absolutely amazing. The second game was still really good, and it came out of left field, in my opinion. I wasn't expecting it to come out when it did. But it came out in full, not the episodic nature of the first game. So, but the second game I heard is pretty interesting. I haven't played it though. I actually haven't played any of the franchise, but I've seen gameplay of the first game. So if it's going to be similar to the first game, which it might be, I am very excited for this game. I don't believe we have an official release date. Let me check.
We don't have a confirmed release date yet. And with the Bendy games, I just need to beat Chapter 5 of Ink Machine before I play Dark Revival.
Yeah, it says the release date is to be announced.
Yeah.
So we have no idea when it comes out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. It honestly sucks to see that we're talking about this. Either CG5 himself or one of his agents is abusing the copyright system on YouTube. And there was a lot of controversy about it.
This is the first time I've heard of this.
Yeah, so I don't remember the exact content creator's name, but they were they were like reacting to like a music or a lyric video of one of his songs, but he ended up getting copyright claimed for it. Like, removed the audio, copyright claim was still there. He had to remove the clip, it was still there, and money was being stolen.
Oh, jeez.
And there were some people saying that he focuses on quantity over quality when it comes to his music, which I beg to differ on that because 9 times out of 10, most musicians focus on quality over quantity. And the flash drive
Hmm.
SSD album is a really good example because that was like another way to where the innocence of the pedophile allegations was proven false. But it honestly sucks that CG5 is in a situation like this. I feel like that's one of those situations to where he needs to speak up about it. Like, Corey Kenshin speaked up about allegations against him, but we'll get to that later on. And Pyro Cynical, that motherfucker has been under controversy. He was outed as a pedophile in a Google Doc. Like, let me
Who has been marked out?
Pyro Cynical. He's a commentary content creator, but it's just
Oh
not a
damn.
good situation. Like, somebody
Mm.
who was under the age of 16 was like being talked to inappropriately, and they were also groomed. And he's from the
Oh yeah, no, that's
UK
fucked up.
too, but that is just not a good look.
Jeez. Yeah, no, that's not good. And another good reason why the internet is not for children.
Yeah, there are pedophiles on the internet, and we do not want them anywhere near them.
Hmm. And yet,
That's why most communities
people
are
are
18
taking
plus
censor.
nowadays.
Mhm. And yet, people are taking the censor the censorship way too far.
Yeah, like it's not about yeah. The censorship is not about actual censorship. It's about stealing people's privacy.
Yeah, it's about control. It's about data stealing. It's just a horrible situation.
Yeah, it's honestly really bad. And plus with the idea of like giving our IDs against our will, there is the big risk of anybody that could end up like having their data stolen and be doxxed. That's how bad of a situation it is. And if you think that's bad,
Mhm.
PayPal is stealing money from game developers that makes porn games. And we thought that Collective Shout
Yeah,
banning porn games from itch.io and Steam was bad. The rape part I understand because we're against rape, but masochism and
yeah, that's
incest,
that's kind of.
we're not into that type of stuff, but if you are, good for you, it's just not for us.
Hmm. It's a it's an interesting time that we're in. It's like these people
You're being
have
scuffed. Yeah. This man
worked.
is like hella scuffed right now. He was glitching so hard. What is that face?
Just
What is that face? He looks like a Nintendo 64 character right now.
um I'm scared. I don't
Oh my.
Everything is falling apart. Everything is fine. Everything is not fine. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, you should see
Am I
this
good
when the
now?
episode is out, bro.
I probably will. I'm so curious. I want to see how low poly I got.
Yeah, it was so bad that you were hella scuffed. Anyways, you were saying?
Um Yeah, no, these people worked hard, or at least I would hope so, on games. And regardless of what content they have, they put a bunch of time and effort into making this, and they should be paid for it. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they're not is just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a horrible it's just not cool.
Mm-mm. And there wasn't like a crazy amount of research that I did on this, but Wattpad has an update to where you can have your books be set as an entire series. Which I honestly do think that's a good thing to see Wattpad do.
So what exactly does this update mean?
It means that you can like have your projects be for like a specific series, but only with the stuff that you as a writer have worked on. For example, I cannot mark your story, Tengu the Twilight, as a part of the Mirrorgate universe.
Oh, okay.
But on the positive note, I was able to do that with the rest of the projects that I have made, and also with the squad of heroes for Gunblade. Which I'm not gonna lie, I honestly do think that's a good update that Wattpad is doing. And speaking of Gunblade, Gunblade 7 ended up being delayed to 2026 because I don't sorry, I don't want to rush it.
You're good.
Yeah, I need to restart my brain.
I need to restart my Wi-Fi router. This is insane.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi router is fucking you over to where you were hella scuffed.
It's still scuffed. I just hope I could get through this without having to restart my Wi-Fi.
It would be worrisome if you end up having scuff again.
I probably will. I don't. I think it's. I don't. I think it's inevitable. When, not an if.
Yep. So
Um.
September 25th is when we are having Silent Hill F.
Finally, a new Silent Hill game. Freaking finally! Took us a while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Art style wise, it does visually look good, but gameplay wise, I can't really judge by that. But it is going to be on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam, and Epic. Steam and Epic if you're on PC. Which, if you ask me,
Yeah, it's a
that's a good
very.
deal.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a horror puzzle game, and I think that's pretty interesting to me.
Yeah, I honestly do want to play the remake of Silent Hill 2 at some point. Like, I've played Resident Evil 2, I just need 4. I don't care about the remake for 3. That remake is not good. And did you know that Persona 3
Yeah,
Reloaded is coming to
Silent.
Nintendo Switch?
I did hear about that. I honestly have mixed feelings about this because Persona 3 Reloaded is a pretty demanding game. I'm not sure how it will run on the Switch 1. Now, if it goes to the Switch 2, that one probably won't have any problems. But the Switch 1 is a 7-year-old console now.
Yeah, I
8-year-old
honestly think
console.
it's just gonna go
8-year-old
to Switch
console.
2.
Honestly, I hope it goes straight to Switch 2 and not Switch 1. Because I don't know how it'll run on the Switch 1. Besides really bad frames and quality crunch. Um, but the Switch and Switch 2 will probably be the closest thing you have besides using a Steam Deck to playing it on like an original hardware in modern age.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure because I'm pretty sure Persona 3 the originally there was a side port called Portable for the PSP Portable.
PS Vita?
So this is probably the closest thing you're gonna get. No. There was a so in the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 era, Sony had another handheld called the PlayStation Portable. Then when the PS4 era came around, they released the PS Vita.
That makes sense. So, yeah, yeah, I pretty much said PS Vita to take a wild guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the second Mortal Kombat movie got delayed to May 15th, 2026, which I do understand why they did that. So,
Mm-hmm. I
so
do too.
yeah, it honestly sucks that we're seeing it get delayed, but I do understand why. And here's the reasons on why I say that. If it was to be released at Halloween, it's not going to make a crazy amount of money at the start because there are some parents that would take their kids out trick or treating for Halloween, and plus they don't want their kids to see a gruesome fighting game movie during Halloween time, which I do understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, most of the games have been releasing during summertime, with the exception of Mortal Kombat 1, which came out in September, which is pretty much fall time back in 2023.
Or like the end of summer, basically.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, the first movie was honestly good. Like, I would even say that it's better than the old Mortal Kombat movie because it just looks. The old movie just looks too cheesy, and it's just not for me. But I will say this
I could
much:
get that. I get that.
Kerry Takawa is the voice of Shang Tsung, best Shang Tsung that we've gotten voice actor wise.
Hmm. My favorite part of the trailer was the "Get over here" that Scorpion did at the very end of the trailer.
Yeah, like it honestly sounded bad in the trailer for the first movie, but they fixed it from when it came out, which is good.
Hmm.
Like he just goes,
Honestly, I
"Get
think they did a
over
pretty good
here,"
job on this
and
trailer.
but you should hear how Patrick Seats says it in Mortal Kombat Snowblind. Like, it, like he just it's a good example of you don't have to be over the top with it. He just goes, "Get over here." Like that was a bit
Yikes.
exaggerated, but you get the point. It goes hard. So this means that Mortal Kombat is my anticipated action movie for 2026. And I honestly do want to watch Return to Silent Hill because it's going to be based off of Silent Hill 2. And from what Aiko was mentioned a couple of minutes ago, a fun fact that she did share with me is that Little Nightmares 3 is going to be a multiplayer.
I am very excited. The first two Little Nightmare games are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and story wise, 2
Um,
is a prequel to 1, but I would say 2 is scarier when it comes to the scare factor.
oh, I absolutely agree. Two is definitely scarier than one.
Alright, so, and based on what is known about it, it is going to be a Little Nightmares 3 is going to be based on the comics, which we don't know where it is going to be narrative-wise between 1 and 2. My best guess is that it's going to be a sequel to 2. Wait, no, sorry. I think it's going to be a sequel to 1. Because 2 is a prequel.
Probably.
So here's what the Steam description says. Little Nightmares 3 is an atmospheric adventure game in which you follow the journey of Lo and Alone, two best friends in search of a way out of the nowhere, in two-player online collaboration, solo or with an AI, work together to solve puzzles and survive in this nightmarish world. And if you do want to play the game with somebody, at least one person needs to have the game in the library if you want to play with them. Let's say, for example, if I was to have it, B could easily tag along if he wanted to.
So it's gonna have like that Steam sharing feature, kind of like with um It
What the?
Takes Two and that franchise.
Which franchise?
The It Takes Two franchise. That franchise, like like the three co-op games that that company has made, all have this feature where you could, if one of you owns the game, you could just um you both could play it like that. So it'll be like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I honestly do think that's a good thing to see.
Hmm.
And honestly, Cracker
I'm really
Barrel
excited for when
was
it comes out.
under a lot of backlash with its rebranding, and then they said, you know what, fuck it, let's change it back to what it used to be.
I seriously think that was a publicity stunt. It's like, hey, we're not really on the top of anyone's mind. Let's make it so they are that we are on the top of their minds. Bad redesign. Ha, they hate it. Just like I thought. Let's change it back. We're gonna get popular again.
Yeah, like,
I
it was
guarantee that was their
so...
strategy. I guarantee that was their strategy.
The redesign looks so bad.
Minimalism in its finest. Mm,
Yeah, like, there was, like,
I
no
hate it.
soul behind it. Like, it was so bad. Like, they lost $1,000 because of it. That's how bad it was. But the redoing
Yeah,
the
it
menu
was
part,
a
I get
horrible
that.
redesign.
I get the redoing
Yeah,
the
their
menu
menu
part
was
because not all menus would be the same yearly. Like, of course, there would like be some new stuff
yeah.
here and there depending on the restaurant, and that doesn't just go to Cracker Barrel. That goes to any in general restaurant.
Yeah. It was also just a pretty big menu. They probably cut some items out of it too, so it's not as big.
Yeah, like, and last time I went to Cracker Barrel was I want to say 2023. That sounds about right. And not a whole lot is known about this, but there's gonna be a VR game for Alien called Alien Rogue Incursion. And
Another Alien game? Okay.
yep, but it's gonna be in VR too.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the Wikipedia description. So, Alien Rogue Incursion is a virtual reality game developed and published by Servios. It is based on the Alien franchise, taking place between the films Alien and Aliens.
Oh, okay, so this is gonna take place after the first movie, but before the second one. Okay. That's
Lore-wise,
cool.
yes. So, and that has me curious. Where's Alien Isolation lore-wise?
Alien Isolation? That's a good question. I don't know.
And of course, it's gonna be on PlayStation VR. and it's also going to be on Steam as well. But the but I'm honestly curious, is it just going to be on VR, or are they gonna like have an option to where you can play with or without a VR?
I would hope they would have an option to switch between VR and non-VR, but
Yeah.
it might honestly just be a pure VR game.
Like that's what I'm thinking. Like I honestly do think that we are going to like have the VR chat and chill out VR treatment to where you have the option to play either with or without a VR headset. And to
Hmm.
nobody's surprise, there is a Monster Hunter Wilds collaboration with Street Fighter 6 and it is live throughout the entire month of September 2025.
Interesting. Street Fighter is an odd thing to collab with Monster Hunter, in my opinion.
What makes you say that?
What is this collab at, huh? I don't know. It's just giant monsters and people fighting other people. I don't really see the connection there. Please tell me what's in this collab.
Okay, so yeah, I pulled up the trailer for it. Alright, so how about this as an idea? I will pull up a trailer for us to watch. That way, that can do the talking. Which I honestly do think that it would be like a good idea to do. Okay, so screen share audio, just bap and bap. And last time we did something like this, it was from when we were covering the Frogpunk controversy. Your camera froze
Hopefully
on my
my
end.
connection lasts long enough for me to actually be able to see this.
Okay, I'm able to hear you, but your camera was frozen. Alright, ready?
Of course it did.
Ready?
Hold on, it's so upset. Oh wait, there it goes.
Alright, so let's rewind back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's live all month.
Thanks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly do want to play Street Fighter 6 at some point. Like, I am genuine. Even if I miss out on the collaboration, I honestly do want to play it. And hear me out for some guest character ideas.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to see at least one Capcom character who is not a Street Fighter character, Wesker from Resident Evil would be a good guest character choice.
Oh,
That would go so hard.
that would be, dude. That would be such an interesting choice. But I could also see it, which is the weird thing.
Yeah, like, I can see it 100%. Like, and of course, Critical Role has some exciting shit coming up.
They got big news coming out, baby. Let's go.
We have season 1 of The Mighty Nine, which is going to be a new animated show. We are having season 4 of The Legend of Vox Machina. And next month, at the time this episode comes out, we are having campaign 4.
Mm-hmm.
Peak year for Critical Role fans.
Absolutely. For anyone who doesn't know, Critical Role is probably one of, if not the biggest D&D group who does content. It's full of nothing but voice actors.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
why Matthew
amazing.
Mercer says that it's a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. And the Mighty Nine is their second campaign, so I'm really excited to see that one get animated. Legend of Vox Machina season 4 is going to be the last season for that,
No, there's
and
gonna be
it
five
seems like they're
seasons.
ready to. Oh, there is. I thought there was. Okay, they are still on their way to take down the big bad, but I'm excited. I have not seen any of the Legend of Vox Machina. I apologize. And campaign 4 is going to be a very interesting campaign. Matthew Mercer is not the one in charge of the. Stop giving me the bird. Matthew
Oh,
Mercer is not the one in charge of the DM. He's not the DM for this campaign? It's actually Brandon Lee Mulligan.
yep.
Matthew Mercer is actually going to be a player this time around because it's a. I already forgot what it's called. Regardless, it's a bunch of small groups instead of one large group of players. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out.
I honestly thought
Honestly,
that it
I'm
was
very
gonna be
excited
like
to see it.
a table of 13 players, to be 100% honest.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be one giant campaign. That'd be insane. No, it's so here's the setup. What I think sound is gonna be like. My guess is that it's gonna be one big table for the DM, and then three smaller tables of their groups of four, and they'll be like one group will talk for a little bit, one group will talk for a little bit, one group will talk for a bit. I don't know. We don't know any other information other than 13 players
Yeah,
and Brendan Lee Mulligan.
and we did like bump up our D&D campaign to where we're going to be up to 9 players, and a good point that Stormio did bring up is
We have the
that we would
possibility of
usually
9.
have 3 people whenever 3 people at least, and if we have more people that's like active at the same time as us, there's a good chance that we can add some fun chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Having up to 9 for a first time DM that was pretty nerve wracking, I must say. So good luck to that. I would never do that, especially not for my first campaign.
Yeah, my yeah, there was like a campaign that I was in as a player, but there was like there was scheduling conflicts and there was a lot of derails, which it was a huge problem. So I said, you know what, I'm going on a hiatus from this campaign. Which
Mm-hmm.
honestly, that was the best decision that I've made. And you didn't know what the Clueless podcast was at the time it was first mentioned, but it is having its first anniversary this month.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep. So to Grizzy, Big Puffer, Pezzy, and Elastic Droid, congratulations on the first anniversary of the Clueless podcast from One Small Podcast. And last time we talked about a podcast having an anniversary, Trash Chase was having its 5th a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we also had our first anniversary, but it was back in July 31st. Like, I've been around the podcast since it started last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have officially surpassed 1.5 years
Yep.
as a podcast group. Yay!
September
I'm
10th
so tired.
is the first anniversary of the Clueless podcast.
Oh, that's tomorrow as of the time of recording this podcast. That's tomorrow, though. Holy crap.
Yeah, it is tomorrow, and for context, we're recording this episode September 9th.
Yeah, so,
And I'm honestly happy for my man Blind Tech. You want to know what he did?
what did he do? What did he do?
He started his own business in Central Florida called Blind Tech PCs, to where
Gosh.
he builds and repairs PCs.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if you might be able to build me a PC for a discounted price. We'll see.
yeah, just come
I
down to
doubt
Florida
it.
and we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy for him
But
that he
that's
was
pretty
able to start
exciting.
his own business, and he's been getting a good chunk of
I hope it goes
five-star
well for
reviews.
him.
That's how,
Nice. I hope that
like, I'm
that
happy
goes
for
well for
this
him so
man. Like,
far.
props to
Yeah,
you,
no,
John.
getting 5 stars in anything
Congratulations on
is
starting
really
your
hard
own
to get.
business.
So yeah.
You want to know what the fun fact about it is? He is the first member
What?
of the Buddies to start their own official business.
Nice.
That's how proud I am of that guy.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
And there is, and from when we were calling out Disney's controversy, they are making a Marvel Zombies show that's going to be on Disney Plus.
Which honestly, I'm very excited about. Marvel Zombies is probably one of, if not, actually, it's not the best. It's definitely up there as one of the best Marvel arcs that they have ever made. So, and the fact that it's being animated by the same people who animated the What If series, I am really excited. The animation looks good as hell.
Yeah, like, I haven't watched a single trailer yet, so I want to go in fully surprised. And outside of podcast stuff that we do want to cover, there was like a smart idea that I thought of. And for context, a few months ago, there was like a poll on what movie we could watch for November, and Guardians of the Galaxy and the Book of Life was on a tie. So how I broke the tie was that I thought of doing the Book of Life for November to celebrate Day of the Dead, and Guardians of the Galaxy, let alone the trilogy, for December.
I am very excited. I have not seen the Book of Life in so long, and it's been a while for me since I've seen the
Guardians of the Galaxy?
yeah. I don't know why my brain was just like
Yeah, I've only seen the first two movies. I have never watched the third one yet.
you can't forget the holiday special. That's canon.
Wait, the holiday special is canon?
The holiday special is canon. You have to include that.
Well, that gives us a good excuse to do two movies for two different weeks. So this means that the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are going to be split into two waves.
But yeah, you have to watch the holiday special before Galaxy 3.
That explains a lot. So this means that the original plan could be the Christmas special and the third movie. So this means that the week before could be 1 and 2, which I have seen before. And when it comes to movies that we're in the process on watching, we're one wave in so far in the Conjuring universe. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I do think that The Nun and The Nun 2 are both good. Scare factor wise, 2 is better. Narrative wise, I'm gonna have to give it to 1 because there is one part of the narrative for The Nun 2 that I got mad about. But I'm not gonna spoil it for those who hasn't seen it. Nevertheless, there's a fan-made game of Among Us to where it's ranked. And it even
Ranked
says
Among Us.
That's
That's
on the
odd.
Steam page that it's unofficial, which confirms it's a fan game.
All right, well, now I'm curious. Hold on.
Like, I honestly find it funny that it says that it's unofficial, which easily confirms it's a fan game.
Oh my gosh, look, there it is.
It's, it is so funny that it is a thing.
Among Us ranked unofficial. It's a mod. It's a community made mod.
Oh, it's a mod, okay.
Oh, but
And the
you
fact that
do
it's
need
free,
you do
too.
need You do need the actual Among Us on Steam though.
Oh, bro, we should play Ranked Among Us for next time we play.
I, I don't even. Why would anyone want to play Ranked Among Us? That's my question.
It would, if we did that for a video for the Buddies Gaming, it would be so funny.
That's hilarious.
Especially if we use better crew link to where
Oh yeah.
there's the proximity chat mod.
I don't even know if the I don't know if that's compatible with this or not. It might be.
Like, I just find it really funny that it's a thing.
That is hilarious. Okay.
Yeah. Also, from when we mentioned Corey Kenshin, he proved his innocence of sexual assault allegations, and there was somebody that he apologized to 5 years ago and showed proof of it, which I honestly do think it's good. But somebody by the name of Panda Ninja was falsely accusing him of sexual assault, which that is just no. You cannot, like, what is with women on the internet lying about men? The fuck, man.
I don't know.
Like, I am getting
Especially
tired
people,
of that.
especially them guys that have done nothing wrong.
Yeah, like, Corey hasn't done anything wrong when it comes to that type of stuff, but one thing that he did, like, that he did own up to a mistake on was that there is, like, a joke that he made that should not be joked about. And he
Yeah.
even
At least he owns
admitted
up
that
to
it
that.
makes him. He even admitted that he cringes thinking about it 8 years later.
Yeah. At least he owns up to that mistake.
Yeah, like, I'm one of those people that's willing to admit that I'm wrong if I'm actually guilty of something. But if I'm gonna be falsely accused of something that I'm
Hmm.
not guilty of, I will have evidence to prove my innocence and call them out for falsely accusing me.
Hmm.
And Seung-Won Cho is extremely limited on jobs now. And the reason on why is because he had a racist
And
view about how roles should be given.
uh-oh. What happened? What did he do?
He said that some casting should be given based on race, and he doesn't focus on the part where casting is given based on their talents. Like, bro, why would you say shit like that?
Yeah, that basically kind of just screws you out of a job. Why would you even say that?
And he said that he even said himself in a podcast clip that if he was white, he would have more opportunities voice acting wise, which that is not true. Like, I have seen
Hmm.
voice actors, all genders and all race, have like different casting roles based on their talents. For example, Kevin Michael Richardson is not the same race as Shredder, but that doesn't matter. The voice behind it does. And it works for him in the 2012 Ninja Turtles, for fuck's sake.
Hmm.
And James Earl Jones, he was such a banger voice as Darth Vader.
And he's white. Well, Darth Vader is white.
Exactly. It's just so stupid. Like, why would Pro
This is just a
CV
really
have?
dumb controversy.
Yeah, like, I am not working with
This
I
one's
am
just
not working with Sung-Wan Cho. Like, I
this one's
wouldn't be
just really dumb.
surprised if we have like a replacement voice actor in Delicious and Dungeon Season 2 for Sentry.
Possibly.
A huge possibility.
Yeah. That is really just not a good that's really just not a good take. Horrible take. Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
And like, it is so bad that it is controversial to where he is extremely limited on
Which
jobs.
is fair. Honestly, that's fair.
And do you want to know? And with how we got all the planned topics out of the way, there's like one fun thing that I do want to get out of the way really quick, which is that I
No?
pretty much started to make early preparations for next year's horror game season cinema. Which the only two movies that I will
Already? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the only two movies that I'm gonna give confirmation of is Five Nights at Freddy's for August, because August 10th, 2024 was the 10th anniversary of the franchise, and Terrifier for October, and hear me out for these reasons. In the first two movies, it's Halloween time, and in Terrifier 3, it's Christmas time. And
Mm-hmm.
winter game season does start October 16th. And a good counter argument point that I brought up from when B said that it felt too early is that I could focus on Christmas horror during the second half of October.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah, like I'm
Just
saving
feels
the
weird. You're celebrating, you're getting ready for Christmas time, and it's not even Halloween. That was my take.
if it if it's Christmas horror, that's an exception.
Hmm.
But having the holiday be there by itself, then that's when it's too early. Which was why I wanted to focus on
Hmm.
Christmas horror.
Hmm. Anyways, I have one brand new piece of information that literally came out 6 hours ago.
About what?
It's about a live action remake of an anime on Netflix again.
It's One Piece.
Not this time. Not this time.
Ah,
We
damn it.
still don't know when One Piece season 2 is released on Netflix. But no, apparently a live action My Hero Academia show is going to Netflix. And the writer for Wonder Woman is writing the live action script.
No. No,
I
why
already
are
have
we
no
having
hope for
this
this
shit?
show. I already have no hope for this show.
Yeah,
Like
there's
live
no
action
hope
One
for
Piece is probably the only good live action remake they've made.
it is going to flop so hard. Like My Hero Academia was cringe as fuck.
I literally have zero hope for live action My Hero Academia.
It's gonna flop. Like, there's
And
no
I think I've
question it's
completely
going to
broken
flop.
because Crazy has just gone silent on my end. His camera has frozen. I think I've just completely crashed. Yay. Took us to the end of the episode for it to happen. Fuck.
at, at least there was no scuff, and then it happened in the end. I don't know if he's actually there or not, but I'm gonna get the outro knocked out really quick. Thank you all for watching this episode of the All Things Nerdy podcast, and next episode we're gonna do a collaboration, which we're not 100% sure who it's going to be with, so stay on your toes for that. And I was joined by Ben, aka B Major, and myself, Jason, aka Crazy Fox 7051. He is having some scuff on his end. Yeah, good thing I did the outro. I. Hello? Nevertheless, see you guys in episode 22.